Hello, Facebook world. Hello, my real world here in Kigali. So I cannot tell you how excited I am to be doing Sunday songs from here in Rwanda. So some of you I know about my Sunday songs. It started during COVID and was a way of just connecting with people through internet, through whatever, and playing some music and putting some good energy out in the world. And it has continued. And now for the first time ever, I get to bring Sunday songs from my garden here in Rwanda. And Facebook land, you can't see this, but all the faces that are looking at me right now are my Rwandan family. And I'm so blessed to have you all here. So, all right, with that, I am going to get going with the first song. And by the way, just enjoy this view, Facebook. Yeah, pretty good, huh? All right. Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, then I'll watch them roll away again, just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away, just sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Left my home in Georgia, headed to the Frisco Bay, 'cause I got nothing to live for, and I guess nothing's gonna come my way, just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away, just sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Looks like nothing's gonna change, everything remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same. Sitting here resting my bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone. 2,000 miles I've roamed just to make this dock my home, just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away, just sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I thought I would start off with one that was kind of all American. Doesn't get much more United States and American music than Otis Redding. This next one is, so one of the things that I don't know if a lot of people know is that my learning to play guitar, my learning that I'd been trying to songwrite my whole life, really took off after a visit to Rwanda. They say that diving into a culture unfamiliar to you is one of the greatest ways to unlock creativity, and I believe they're right. So I'm going to play several songs that are off of the album that will be coming out, streaming on Spotify and whatever later this year. But just know that that album and the inspiration for a lot of those songs started right here. Actually, started in Kimironko, in the house that Isabel and Patrick were living in at the time. All right, so this is one I wrote called All I Needed. I was hiding out, laying low, reading books, trying to get it together. I was seeking advice, getting help, reaching out, always looking for answers. It was in me all the time, everything I wanted. It was in me all the time, everything I dreamed of, all the love I needed. It was in there all along. I was fumbling around, writing lists, making plans, I was still getting nowhere. It seemed the rest of the world was moving on, moving up, they always got what they came for. It was in me all the time, everything I wanted. It was in me all the time, everything I dreamed of, all the love I needed. It was in there all along. What a day when the light goes on and you see inside and you know you're strong. Suddenly all the things that held you down are gone. Now I'm riding high, living life, looking out, and I love what I'm seeing. Putting in the time, digging in, being still, and the answers keep coming. Time, everything I wanted was in me all the time, everything I dreamed of, all the love I needed. It was in there all along. Everything I wanted, everything I dreamed of, all the love I needed. It was in me all along. 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 Thank you. I wish y'all could see this awesome crowd. It is so fun. Okay, so now we're into some songs. I'm going to do a few of them that truly were inspired out of events that happened in the early days of my coming to Rwanda. This is one called Lucky Me. So this was inspired from events. I've been coming and going to Rwanda for 11 years. So Kigali was a much different looking place 11 years ago than it is today, almost 12 years ago. And so in this song, at the beginning, I say, I remember that day I walked down the road kicking the stones, not a care in the world. In Kigali, walking down a street that was dirt and stones and all that sort of thing. And while this song originally was about a more specific event, the more I sing it, the more I live with this song, the more, for me, it's about what I found here and the family and the love and everything that I found here. And the song is called Lucky Me. That day I walked down the road, kicking the stones, not a care in the world. I looked up and saw you standing there, and my world was forever changed. You smiled and you said, I knew you'd come, but what took you so long? Now that I'm here, let's not waste our time. We have so much living to do. With only 12 notes to pick from, it's hard to believe that I wrote this song for just you and me. Ours is a love so unique and incredibly free. Oh, lucky me. Time has a way of moving us on, pushing us down the road we are on. When we said goodbye, I knew in in my heart. This was only the start. With only 12 notes to pick from, it's hard to believe that I wrote this song for just you and me. Ours is a love so unique and incredibly free. Oh, lucky me. Oh, lucky me. If turkeys can fly and hippos can run, love that is true just can't be undone. I know that our souls are never apart. A piece of me stays wherever you are. With only 12 notes to pick from, it's hard to believe that I wrote this song for just you and me. Ours is a love so unique and incredibly free. Oh, lucky me. Oh, lucky me. Oh, lucky me. Oh, lucky me. Thank you. All right. All right. The next two are songs. One, this first one was actually co-written by Dolly Parton. I mean, one of the best American songwriters, I think, ever. And it's amazing the songs she wrote that you don't even realize she wrote, because a lot of songs were written for other artists. But this is one. The next two have a little bit more of the kind of string music, mountain music kind of feel that is very typical of where I currently live in North Carolina, and the old time, what's often called bluegrass music. These are not bluegrass. For any bluegrass people out there, I understand I'm not playing bluegrass right now. But it's a little bit that style that I wanted to share with you. The first one is called Creepin' In, and just a fun tune that always, well, I'll let you listen to it. And then the second one that I'm gonna do, I won't break in between them. The second one is called Strong Enough to Bend. And a big part of the reason I'm here right now at this time in early August and late July is because one of Isabel's sisters was getting married. And so in the interest of what it is to be in a long-term relationship, to hold that together through the challenges that come along, that was why I put the Strong Enough to Bend song in this set. So, but we'll start with Creepin' In. There's a big old hole that's gone right through the sole of this old shoe, and the water on the ground ain't got no place else it's found. So it's only one thing left to do. Creep on in. Creep on in. And once it has begun, it won't stop until it's done. Sneaking in. There's a silver moon that came just a little too soon for me to bear. Shines brightly on my bed, and the shadows overhead won't let me sleep as long as it's there. Just creeps on in, creeps on in, and once it has begun, won't stop until it's done. Sneaking in. Creep on in. Creep on in. And once it has begun, it won't stop until it's done. Sneaking in. There's a big old hole that goes right through my soul. Nothing new. So as long as you're around, ain't got no place else you found. was only one thing left to do. Just creep on in, creep on in. And once you have begun, you won't stop until you're done sneaking in. And once you have begun, you won't stop until you're done sneaking in, creeping in, sneaking in. Thank you. All right, I said I wasn't going to stop, but the guitar's going a little out of tune in the heat, and we tune because we care. I care about your ears. Ah, there's the culprit. All right, there we go. All right, so now, strong enough to bend. There's a tree out in the backyard that never has been broken by the wind. And the reason it's still standing, it was strong enough to bend. For years we have been together as lovers and as friends. What we have will last forever if we're strong enough to bend. When I say something I can't take back, a big wind blows and I hear a little crack. When I say, hey, this job takes two, we can sway with the wind till the storms turn blue. Like a tree in the backyard that never has been broken by the wind. Our love will last forever if we're strong enough to bend. When you start saying that, when you start acting like you know it all, a big wind blows and a branch will fall. When you say, hey, this job takes two, we can sway with the wind till the skies turn blue. Like a tree in the backyard that never has been broken by the wind. Our love will last forever if we're strong enough to bend. Our love will last forever if we're strong enough to bend. Yeah. Strong enough to bend. All right. So, whew, it's warm. I need a drink. By the way, there's some brownies after the music. Chocolate brownies. I got a thumbs up in the back there. Yes, chocolate brownies. That's why we're here. All right. I'm glad you all are in the shade. I don't mind being in the sun, but I much prefer my audience being in the shade. All right. So this song is in the set. It's called Dog and Butterfly. And this is a song I've been listening to and singing along with since I was a child. My mom had an album of a group called Heart back in the 70s that I used to listen to all the time. And my favorite song on the album was this one, Dog and Butterfly. And as I've been working on it, trying to figure out, what does this song actually mean? I just like it. And I think as I've lived with it, it's a little bit about how our parents pass on advice to us in moments, and then we unknowingly grow up and pass that advice on to others. And so I kind of feel like that's maybe what's going on in this song. Anybody else gets any other ideas, I would love to hear them. But Dog and Butterfly by Heart. was with the old man, stranded again, so off I ran. A young world crashing around me, no possibilities of getting what I need. He looked at me and smiled and said, no, 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 child. See the dog and butterfly up in the air, he liked to fly. Dog and butterfly, below she had to try, and she rolled back down to the warm soft ground, laughing up to the sky. She don't know why. Dog and butterfly. Well, I stumbled upon your secret place, safe in the trees, you had tears on your face, wrestling with your desires, frozen strangers stealing your fires. The message hit my mind, only words that I could find. We see the dog and butterfly up in the air, he liked to fly. Dog and butterfly, below she had to try, and she rolled back down to the warm soft ground while laughing to the sky, up to the sky. Dog and butterfly, hey. We're getting older, the world's getting colder. For the life of me, I don't know the reason why. Maybe it's living, making us giving, hearts rolling in, taking back on the tide. We're balanced together, ocean upon the sky. Another night in this strange town, moonlight holding me, light is down. A voice of confusion inside of me, just begging to go back where I'm free. Feels like I'm through. Then the old man's words are true. See the dog and butterfly up in the air, he liked to fly. Dog and butterfly, below she had to try, and she rolled back down to the warm soft ground while laughing up to the sky. Yeah, she had to try, she had to try. Dog and butterfly, yeah, up in the air, he liked to fly. The dog and butterfly, below she had to try, and she rolled back down to the warm soft ground while laughing, she don't know why. She had to try, oh, she had to try. Dog and butterfly, oh, ooh, 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 ooh. Thank you. All right. Okay. Got a few more for you. So this is the last one that's a cover of somebody else's, and then the last three are all originals. This is one, I know I kind of like melancholy, sad sounding songs a little bit, but I always like them to have a little bit of hope in them. And this is one of those called Heaven When We're Home. Don't know what time it is, I've been up for way too long and I'm too tired to sleep. I called my mother on the phone, she wasn't home. Now I'm wandering the streets. I've been a fool, I've been cruel to myself, been hanging on to nothing when nothing could be worse than hanging on, and something tells me there must be something better than all this. I've fallen many times in love, and every time it's been with the wrong man. Still I'm out there living one day at a time and doing the best I can. 'Cause we've all made mistakes that seem to lead us astray, but every time they help to get us where we are today, that's as good a place as any, and it's probably where we're best off anyway. And it's a long and rugged road, and we don't know where it's headed, but we know it's gonna get us where we're going. And when we find what we're looking for, we'll drop these bags and search no more, 'cause it's gonna feel like heaven when we're home. It's gonna feel like heaven when we're home. There's no such thing as perfect, and if there is, we'll find it when we're good and dead. Trust me, I've been looking, but tonight I think I'll go and take a bath instead. And then maybe I'll walk a while and feel the earth beneath me. They say if you stop looking, doesn't matter if you find it. And who's to say that even if I did, it's what I'm really looking for. And it's a long and rugged road, and we don't know where it's headed, but we know it's gonna get us where we're going. And when you find what you're looking for, you drop these bags and search no more, 'cause it's gonna feel like heaven when we're home. It's gonna feel like heaven when we're home. Feels like heaven when we're home. Thank you. I think Rhonda feels a little like heaven. Yeah. All right. I just need to check tuning one more time real quick. The sun, heat, and cold do crazy things to instruments. Okay. That B string, there we go. Okay, all right. We are in the home stretch. So these last three are all originals. This first one of that set of originals is was inspired by somebody who is sitting here right now, who is hiding behind a pole, so I cannot actually see him unless I lean over this way. Yes, I'm looking at you, Nwadi. So this song was first inspired, and in fact, let me add, and I don't know if you knew this, Nwadi, but this is the first song I ever fully completed. The first song that was ever fully written, and I felt like it was done. And it's called Teach Me to Play, and really was initially inspired from meeting Nwadi. And at the time, he was just 3 years old. And the song after this is called Isabel, which, guess what? It's a bit about Isabel. But I had already written Isabel, but Isabel didn't know that. And so I had come to visit. Nwari had already heard his song, Teach Me to Play, and he loved it and wanted me to play it for him when I came. Well, I came back and I had written the song Isabel. And we're sitting in the living room and I play Isabel. I said, Isabel, I have a surprise for you. I need you to sit down. I wrote a new song. And she's like, okay. So she sits down and I start singing it. And she's like, oh my goodness. And partway through the song, Nwari, who was maybe 4 at the time, gets really upset. And we don't know why. We don't understand why. And finally, he tells his mom that it's because his song doesn't actually have his name in it, and hers does. But know that I think about you every time I sing it. So, this is Teach Me to Play. I met a young man, he had no soul. His heart was purer than gold. It's hard to believe he was just 3. He was much wiser than me. And I said, son, can you show me the way? Son, can you teach me to play? Son, can you show me the way? Son, can you teach me to play? He laughed and he smiled and he said, just go wild. Well, that was never my style. He said, take off and run, let's have some fun before this day is done. And I said, son, can you show me the way? Son, can you teach me to play? Son, can you show me the way? Son, can you teach me to play? Saying to me, my soul was flying free. If we're not bold, we'll surely grow old. That could have happened to me. Well, thank God he showed me the way. Thank God he taught me to play. Thank God he showed me the way. Thank God he taught me to play. He showed me the way. Oh, how we played. Showed me the way. He taught me to play. Yay, Nwari. He's being a 10-year-old shy young man back there. All right. So it seems appropriate that after that, I would follow it with Isabel. So, and I will also say, so initially, I've told this story before, that kind of where this song started is I have a funny habit that a lot of times if I'm thinking about somebody or I'm about ready to call them, I will sing their name. And I was singing Isabel because I was getting ready to call her or something or thinking about her. And what I sang was Isabel, and I kept kind of singing that, and I was like, oh, that's kind of nice, and it turned itself into a song. And as I've been rehearsing, because one of the things about this Sunday Songs is it's the first one I've ever done by myself, and usually, almost always when I perform, I have Galen standing to my left, my incredible guitar teacher, guitar player, friend, music mentor. And so this is the first one I'm doing by myself. So I've been rehearsing a lot. And as I was rehearsing this, particularly in Rwanda, I realized that one of the things I particularly love about this song is that Rwanda is full of Isabels. Rwanda is full of people with these giant hearts that believe they can make change, that believe they can be the answer to their own community's problems. So. When called into action, your feet hit the fire. You learn what you're made of, you find your desire, and it all tests your strength and your will to survive, and you're alive. When life gives you plenty, you're blessed with the weight of learning to give or to stash it away, and it comes down to choosing which path you will take. You'll hear me say, Isabel, I hear your laughter. Isabel, I see your tears. Isabel, with a heart big as yours, you could love the whole world. The choice is yours, my dear. You learn all you can and you're running with kings, but how far could you go if you run with the wind? And the chances you take are what give you wings, and you can fly. There's a reason why each of us comes to this earth, and your actions will always speak louder than words, and you'll never know what you're capable of until you try. Isabel, I hear your laughter. Isabel, I see your tears. Isabel, with a heart big as yours, you could love the whole world. The choice is yours, my dear. If life had no limits, what would you do? What if you knew all your dreams would come true? Well, your dreams, they are so much bigger than you, so seize the day. Isabel, I hear your laughter. Isabel, I see your tears. Isabel, with a heart big as yours, you could love the whole world. The choice is yours, my dear. With a heart big as yours, you could change the whole world. The choice is yours, Isabel. Okay. All right. Oh, no. Well, the temperature got to the iPad. So I'm going to hand this to you just so it can go into the shade, which means the last song is Good Trouble, and we're going to see if I actually have it memorized. Let's find out. And some of you, I know this song, So like if I get lost or whatever, just pick up and sing along, and we'll keep going a cappella. I think I can do this. Walking and walking all over this land, we're gonna get into good trouble. While we're walking and walking, won't you take my hand? Start over. Walking and walking all over this land, we're gonna get into good trouble. While we're walking and walking, won't you take my hand, and we'll get into good trouble, necessary trouble. Talking and talking all over this land, we're gonna get into good trouble. While we're talking and talking, won't you take a stand, and we'll get into more good trouble, necessary trouble. Good trouble, necessary trouble. Good good trouble, necessary trouble. It started with Jesus in the Holy Land. He was always starting good trouble. The nobles were nervous about this peaceful man. He kept stirring up good trouble, necessary trouble. Then was Gandhi, a little mighty man. It was his turn to start some good trouble. He gave voice to the voiceless in his homeland and taught the world about good trouble, necessary trouble. Next was Martin down in Birmingham. It was his turn to start some good trouble. He kept marching and marching until they struck him down, but he was never afraid of good trouble, necessary trouble. Good trouble, necessary trouble. Good trouble, necessary trouble. Remember Dorothy and Ella and Mamie, Emmeline and Elizabeth paved the way. Women of strength, they did not back down. They started up good trouble. The youngest among them was the boy from Troy. The boy could get into good trouble. His final words implore us all, go out and get into good trouble, necessary trouble. Good trouble, necessary trouble. Good trouble, necessary trouble. Keep walking, keep walking. Won't you take my hand? Keep talking, keep talking, and take a stand. Good trouble, necessary trouble. 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 Come on. Good trouble, necessary trouble. Again. Good trouble, necessary trouble. Good trouble, necessary trouble. My turn. Good trouble, necessary trouble. Good trouble, necessary trouble. Woo! Thank you all. May I spin the camera so that everybody in the world can see all the people that I love in Rwanda? All right. Okay, Facebook, here we go. We're coming off the cradle. We're coming off the stand. Here we go. Here they all are. Here they all are. And there's some of them up there too. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be back in the U.S. for the next Sunday songs. Mwah.